Good morning, Jim Child Elementary School. So pray bottom is good morning in Maltese. Can you try it? So pray bottom. Today is Monday, February 5th, 2024. This is Deidre bringing you today's morning announcement. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic of which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may now be seated. Now here is Cindy with the weathers and forecasts and birthdays.
Hello, this is Sydney. Our weather for this week will be sunny and warm. Enjoy. We would like to wish a happy birthday to Pablo S.C., Azara T., Richard K. Our staff birthdays for this week is Miss Raji, Miss Arzoko, Miss Savino, and Mr. Burdett. Now, here's Miss Van Akron with some good news.
Good morning. Hamesh Chatalavada was 12 years old when one summer evening in 2018, he observed his beloved grandmother, Jayasri, go to the kitchen to make herself tea. When she exited the room, she had left the gas on. It shocked Hamesh, but also drove him to use all he had learned about robotics into a solution that would help ensure accidents like this could be detected if he weren't there. Because unfortunately, these dangerous things kept happening after Jayasri was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, a debilitating neurodegenerative disease. Soon, Hamesh had invented the Alpha Monitor, a badge-like monitoring device that sends out alerts if the person wearing it wanders off or falls. She used to get up at 3 or 4 in the morning and go outside thinking she was on a train, Hamesh told The Guardian. Hamesh developed the wearable device with information he gathered after visiting a care center run by the Alzheimer's and Related Disorders Society of India. They told him that it couldn't be a watch because the patients often take them off if they're heavy or uncomfortable, and that it couldn't use Bluetooth, which had a very limited range. Even though still in high school, he took this information and did more research, and Hamesh was determined to get his wearable device ready to be manufactured. A few years later, he beat out 18,000 entries to win a Samsung-sponsored science fair called Samsung Solve for Tomorrow, from which he received a $120,000 grant and the opportunity to mentor under some of Samsung's most experienced engineers. Hamesh's exams conclude in March, and then he says he will throw his full weight of time and effort into getting the Alpha Monitor on the market by September. After that, he wants to go abroad and continue to study robotics. Have a great week.
Hey everybody, it's Mrs. Gray, your school counselor. Remember last week on the announcements when I said I'm going to talk about debug because it's an oldie but goodie and it really works? Well, here we are. It's next week and we're talking about debug. So debug is a great way when you're feeling frustrated to just think, okay, what were those steps? What can I go through? And really try to take it step by step to see if it works. So the first step is ignore. So a lot of behavior from other people that may frustrate or bother you can simply be ignored, and then it kind of goes away, right? Because sometimes people are doing things to bother you to get your attention in a negative way. So if you ignore it, they may stop. They also may not. So if they don't, you can also move away. Now, sometimes you can't move away. Maybe you're in class at your seat or you're just in a position where you can't. So then you don't do this step and you skip it and you go to the next step. But a lot of times you can move away, and it's a very powerful strategy. Just because someone invites you to an argument or a disagreement doesn't mean that you have to participate, right? So moving away is a very powerful strategy. Just walking away or saying, you know what, I'm gonna go take a break over here, and we can talk about this later if you want to, but I'm not talking about it right now. So you can always do that. The next step is to talk friendly using an iMessage. So using an iMessage, if you remember nothing else, is starting with I. So I feel upset when you talk to me that way. Please stop, right? The reasoning behind an iMessage is that if you just say, you're mean, don't do that, that a lot of times will put the other person in a position where they're defending themselves or just like arguing or yelling at you because they're feeling kind of attacked, right? So when you say I and you give a feeling word about what's going on, a lot of times it's really effective. So trying that. So the next step is a firm I message. So if they're not listening to a friendly I message, trying, I said, I really feel upset when you do that, stop. And it's okay to be firm. It's setting a boundary. So being firm is that next step to take. If none of those things work, that's when you really need to get adult help. And so that's the last and final step. So everyone, I want you to try Debug this week and really tell me your stories. And maybe next week I can share some stories on the announcements of successful uses of Debug because I know it can be successful. And to be honest, I teach my own kids Debug for solving problems. So that is it for me this week. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. And next week, I'm going to start talking about our Harmony Unit 3, which is communicating with others. Really, I started talking about it right now and last week because Debug is all about that. But we're going to go over the different harmony topics in Unit 3 week by week. So I will see everyone around. And again, have a wonderful week.
Our mindful message quote for the week is, "There is no such thing as failure. Failure is just life trying to move us in another direction." By Oprah Winfrey. This is Davina wishing everyone a wonderful week. And don't forget, be respectful, be responsible, and be safe. That's a Germantown way. Hey, hey, hey.